What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to SteveBussaGS. We got another scorecard reaction for y'all, and you already know what it is. Let's get it. Hey, yo, GSGang, what is going on? Take a knee. We got a long one here. We're gonna do a full album review. Shout out to Priddy Ugly. He gave us 7 tracks called Mud. This is the follow-up project to Soil. And let's talk about why we're here right now. We are here because I listened to Soil. We reacted to a few on the channel. You guys make sure you go tap back into that project. It was super dope. I became an actual fan at that point. Up until then, we reacted to his music and it was like dope and like we were cordial and shit like that. But after listening to Soil, I was like, oh, we gotta put a little respect on his name. And I really do think that that was the purpose of Soil. Was like, man, I don't know why people think it's cool to slander me. Let's show them why it's not. And that's what I took away from Soil. I got done listening to that and I was like, damn, my man said y'all are gonna respect this fucking pen game one way or another. Either you're gonna give it to me or I'm gonna take it. And that's what Soil was. I thought Soil was fucking dope, dog. So we're gonna hop into Mud. We got 7 tracks. We're gonna pay respects. I said to myself, yo, the next one that happens, we're gonna do the whole thing on camera. Because I enjoyed a lot of moments off camera when I listened to the whole Soil album. And I wish, like, as I was listening, I was like, damn, that would have been a good talking point. I could have said something dope right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, the next one that drops, we're gonna cover everything front to end. And here we are, baby. We about to get into it. So do me a favor. Run the gauntlet. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. The little bell notification guy. We about to eat, man. You guys know how this goes. We're not doing a full scorecard reaction for each song. We're going to score it 1 out of 10. 7 songs, so it's going to be scored out of a possible 70 points total. With that being said, if there's any type of translations or anything like that, please leave everything down in the comments for us. If there's anything that's like over my head because it's definitely more local or you know what I'm saying, like if you see something that's like visibly dope that we don't pick up on, all I need you to do is just let us know and explain it down in the comments so that the international viewership can go and enjoy the music just as much as you do. I don't think I have anything else to say. Let's get into it, baby. 30 minutes to Soweto. Let's go. Alright, so something just to point out, we talk about the artistic direction and stuff like that. You hear the water drops in the background right off the back with the intro track. It's thematic, right? You got Soil turn into Mud. You right there, right off the back, it's like they're walking you through the story right there. You got the water drips in the background. Let's go. That's a nasty beat laying right there.
Yeah. Lands to purge acres. Kept into Soweto, had some neighbors right next door that never stepped into the ghetto. The Rato passed away before she stepped into stilettos. Most machitas are Pinocchio that never met your pedo.
Yo! Okay, this is why we're doing it. Alright, nah, I'm already fucking hyped. Hold up, bring the whole thing back. Damn! This is gonna be one of them scrunch your face up type Jones, I know it.
Lands to purge acres. Kept into Soweto, had some neighbors right next door that never stepped into the ghetto. The Rato passed away before she stepped into stilettos. Most machitas are Pinocchio that never met your pedo.
Yo, the entire conversation. First things first, rest in peace, PB Rock. Rest in peace, Paste. So many people, yo, she lost her life before she ever stepped into stilettos, right? Everybody, like, so people are dying younger and younger every fucking day. Rest in peace to everybody that we lost throughout the last couple of years. It's been absolutely fucking crazy in the industry and not, right? Like, we're not even just talking about like big names or nothing like that. Like, I think anyone watching this right now can probably relate to having lost somebody in their life at you know what I mean, to some capacity with that. That was a crazy line. And then follow right up, like the never seen your father. Oh my god, like, let's go, man.
Fathers were the type to beat our mothers, so our mothers wore face beat just to keep her undercover. And deep beneath the covers, there were heaps of secret lovers. Love we need to rediscover just to teach it to each other.
Let's go! Alright, so this I might end up pausing every fucking second if this is how this is gonna be. Right off the bat, if you guys don't know my story, I grew up watching my mom get the shit beat out of her nightly by her boyfriends, and like that's he's telling a story that's not necessarily his story, it's our story. A lot of people came up like that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's unfortunate, it is what it is, but like this is gonna be one of those ones that sit with you, man. This is gonna, you could already tell, this is gonna be one of those ones that sit with you.
Cheetahs are Pinocchio that never met Geppetto. Most of our fathers were the type to beat our mothers, so our mothers wore face beat just to keep her undercover. Deep beneath the covers, there were heaps of secret lovers. Love we need to rediscover just to teach it to each other.
Don't sleep on his syllable matchups too. Like actually look at the pen game. Like that was a crazy scheme right there. Unfortunately, unfortunately, the content is gonna overshadow the pen on this because he's taking an approach right now where it's like you're probably getting your heartstrings tugged on. Something here is gonna make you feel something, right? You're probably thinking about your childhood one way or another if you got that far, right?
Many nights my mother cried herself to sleep. She never got the flowers for the times that she would weep. But black and blue eyes were the prize that she received. So my mother looked to God for the guidance she would seek. My discopa, my granny told us pray kalegopa, tsoga ba di mo bao tsosa, di poko tsao di ska o tshosa.
Most of them were they get tired of praying, I guess, because Baba didn't tell when it is innocently. But God is not like that. I guess
Y'all gotta put translations for everything from me down in the comments, please.
if it's the kind of God, you can pray today, tomorrow, but it's but it's not because you pray. It's because I can to you 2 years and it can take 10 years, even more, before you do it. Yeah, that's how.
I want to say this. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the relationship between Pretty Ugly and his mother is a very, very close one. I'm almost positive she was the one that was featured on a previous video where she was like braiding his hair and everything like that. I read the comments. Pretty sure the comment section told me that was his mom. And as somebody who has lived through that, I no longer have a relationship with my mother. My mother and I haven't spoken a decade, right? Like I don't. There's no respect there. I think it's beautiful to see that. As somebody who has come up and was not strong enough to maintain that relationship in those scenarios, it's beautiful to see somebody who came up and stuck by them and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's salute for that. That to me that means something. Like shout out for that.
You want to be patient. When now rapid.
Cousin was a boss in a block, he was hot. Always kept it cocked, kept the clock by his crotch. Made a lot of guap for the rock he would stock. If you spot the cops, tuck the pot in your sock. Cop the drop top, cherries tops they would drop. Spinning in a box and it cost him a lot. Was tryna live soft at the top in a loft. Was about to lift off when he got shot by an op. A different world but the same hell. My other cousin in and out of a jail cell. He got my aunties thinking they failed. Lot of my uncles dipped in they bail. Cuz didn't make bail. Spill it in a bata chill it. Kari rekere dripping like a spatula. Yeah, di me.
The way he's flowing in and out of languages seamlessly, super dope. Second verse definitely switched more to like a pure storytelling type mode. I fuck with it. Who produced this, by the way? Like this sounds really fucking good. The beat is like super simplistic. And the reason that I point that out on storytelling tracks, if you guys are familiar with the channel, is pay attention to the actual construction of the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the beat was super dynamic and elaborate, there's a higher chance that it's going to take away the attention that's supposed to be focused on a story that's being told from the artist. You feel me? And it's not so undynamic that there's not a layer to it with the water dripping that adds a layer of metaphor to like what's actually going on. That's fucking dope to see. But it is simplistic enough that it's not distracting you from the story. And it's hard to strike that balance. Like, that's not an easy balance to strike, in my opinion. What is the chanting that's going on in the background? Like, I get the idea of having a lull like this on an intro because I'm going to sit here, I'm going to drop bombs, and there's going to be a lot of heavy bombs that have to do with a difficult lifestyle that a lot of us relate to, and I'm going to give you a second to let it breathe. I'm going to give you a second to listen to this beat and really sit back and reflect on everything that I was saying. I'm not sure if the voices that we're hearing in the background here are adding a layer to that, so if you guys have any type of input for that, let me know. This land is my land. This land is my land. Oh damn! With the mud, the soil, like, oh okay. And then also 30 minutes to Soweto, like you're also repping essay, like that's kind of fire, my guy. That's kind of fire, my guy. And then ends with the celebration of it being my... Like, let's go, baby! Yo, I'm so mad that I don't understand vernac like that. Like, I put the translations. Was this a perfect intro? Let's talk about it. What are you scoring this? 1 out of 10. Down in the comments. What do you score this? 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Look, from what I took away from this, from an artistic direction, the beat itself was layered into the metaphor. The end was layered into the album title, into the progression of projects, into the metaphor that the beat was doing. And then the bars were like, the bars were absolutely incredible in telling the story in a relatable fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no critique that I could give this that I think would enhance the track anyway. That's where I'm at with this. Like, I don't feel like anything that I would say about this would make it better. So it's a 10 out of 10 for me. That was fire. That was an incredible way to, like, and it set the tone. Like, the tone is definitely set for this fucking project. See? Y'all gonna put some respect on his name. I'm so glad I did this. Because, look, man, that's the type of thing where, like, as you're listening and you reveal shit like that, you'll never be able to capture that moment ever again. That realization of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's what you guys were missing out with me listening to Soil. And that's why I'm glad we're doing this. Let's go. Heaven's Gate. Let's go. I do think that this is the lo-fi kind of like vibe that this album's giving off right now. I do feel like my energy is almost inappropriate for it. Like, it feels like this is not a rah-rah type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is definitely a fucking rainy day music, dog. That's what this is. This is sitting on your porch while it's thunderstorming, right? Maybe 3 fingers of Jack right there, somebody you really love by your side, and no one's talking. No one's talking. You're just kind of like looking at the block. You're just looking at your block, and you just kind of like living in the moment. And I'm over here like, let's go. And it's just like, it feels out of place for what just happened. But I'm gonna still do me because we gotta be entertaining. It's a channel, and I just want you to know that I acknowledge that that may not be the place, and I'm gonna try and curve it. But like, it is what it is. You feel me? Let's go. Heaven's Gate.
Slide
very dear to my soul, my spirit, and my heart. Rest in peace. Today and every day, you need to pray and meditate. Remember we will pray for better days. My homie took his life, and this life you either break or levitate. Now he's on his way to heaven's gate. Hope he makes his way, I pray he gets escape. Far, far away is a better place. I'll meet you one day, someday we'll set a date. And when I elevate to that space, we celebrate, okay? When the Rato passed away, I was days for holidays. We would set our dates on Saturdays. The day she passed away, as it may, was an April Saturday. I couldn't grab a plate or salad taste, in pain my bladder ached. Lord, I would pray she had a break. 15 years later, got an angel half my age. It's a shame in her grave she had to lay. Memories on my brains, I was saved the database. Now we pray for the souls that we lost, that our moms don't go to the cops. Praying for the dough, not the props. When you hot, don't get snow in your crops. Pray you expose all the ops that took shots and lit holes in these top. I pray we all blow to the top. When we grow, we don't know when to stop.
Rest in peace to everybody that we lost. Especially if that's going to be a theme on this album. Rest in peace to everybody that we lost under any circumstances. You feel me? This is deep so far. I do want to kind of point out, like, I like from a, if you're talking about music theory, I think it was good the way he decided to put in the vocal layers, the plug-in layers towards that last stanza right there. I think that did good to bring your attention back forward, but I don't know that it was necessary because, like, we were already locked in. Like, I don't, there's not too many people who are gonna hear that first verse and not feel something, right? Or something like 128 men take their lives every single day. And, like, there's no way that we're not affected by that. Rest in peace to everybody that we lost. You know what I mean? I like how I was like, yeah, my energy may not be appropriate for this. And he was like, I got you, my guy. Let me just take that all away from you right now. Like, take the breath out my fucking lungs. Why don't you? Like, let's go.
I'm begging, pleading, save me, Lord. I'm standing here right now, oh Lord.
There's a lot going on with the composition right here. First thing we got to point out, her voice is absolutely amazing. Kind of made my hair stand up on my arm a little bit. I'm not even going to lie about that. It gave me chills. That was good. The ad-libs that started getting layered in with the beat after that, I feel like it started to overcomplicate it, right? It starts taking away, like, her voice was very clear, pristine. It sounded good. I feel like some of the things that were going on with the beat, some of the vocals that were there started to kind of, like, take away from it. Bring it back. Let me see again. Look, see if you can pick up on what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm bugging. Yeah, it's something about, like, the take the drums off the beat or something like that. Like, it sounds a little bit off in this part with the ad, like, you know what I'm saying, with the ad libs with the vocal track.
I'm standing here right now, oh Lord. Please free me. You've been here before, where I stand. Need you here to hold my hand, understand. Man, my scars, I know you feel my pain. Love
on the ad-lib right there, that definitely elevates it. I think I might just not like this beat as a personal preference. I started listening to it. I feel like the beat may not just be for me, but like, yo, her vocals sound really good. As soon as they put that, like, that they lowered the tone on that one, that hit.
Love lost, I'm broken. See the stars, they spelling out your name.
Watch.
Broken bones, I've never felt this pain. Wish you could hold me close again. Again. Though I walk through the valley of the living and the lost, I imagine that you've gone off the greenest of pastures. What a peaceful departure. A peaceful departure. Heaven's gate. I'ma meet you in the clouds. Yeah. Heaven's gate. I'ma meet you in the clouds.
This message is fucking heartbreaking, dog. I'm trying to focus on the beat and critiquing the music around it so I don't start fucking crying my damn self. But like, yo, she's delivering that real good, dog. She delivering that real good.
You have to go. Why would you leave me on my own? Da-na-na. Da-na-na. Paper cuts and broken bones could not compare to the pain of your absence. I need you here. Paper cuts and broken bones could not compare to the pain of your absence. I need you near. I'm begging, pleading, save me, Lord. I'm standing here right now, oh Lord. I bleed, freezing. I breathe, yeah, Lord. I'm begging, pleading, save me, Lord. I'm standing here right now, oh Lord.
Bro, listening to this and staring at that picture too, like, can we talk about the artwork real quick? Like, that's heavy, dog. Listening to this song specifically right now while staring at that fucking image, it's pretty fucking heavy, dog. I've lost my best friend. I lost my father. It's a heavy song. It's a very heavy song.
Just from a going forward point of view, if I can call it that, with everybody, not just with industry people or whatever. Like this game, we're not playing the game between us, bro. That's what people don't understand. We're not playing the game between us.
Yeah, real talk, bro.
We're playing the game against the big fucking motherfuckers with money. That's what we're playing against.
True say.
So when we start, everyone's got problems with everybody, but when we start putting those problems out into the public before we get to deal with what's going on with us, now it's like, oh, that's the energy that survives.
Yeah.
It's the internet forever, so that shit is on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it can't be that way, dog. It can't be like that way, because, you know, like, I fuck with your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see the best for your cat. You know what I'm saying?
That was like a haunting voice clip too. Alright, we made it. I got a lot I want to say. Let's take our time with this one. I don't feel the need to rush through the breakdown on this. Number one, first thing I point out to myself as I'm looking at this, they took their time with it. This is a 6-minute track, and I feel like they poured out everything that they wanted to pour out on this track. Number two, if you guys familiar with this channel, if you guys are GSGang and you guys are normally here, the last thing that we're ever going to do is critique the message on a Rest in Peace track. Never in your fucking life will you catch me critiquing the message, the words, how somebody chooses to grieve. All of my insight and stuff like that, and whether I liked it or not, is about the production, the layering, you know what I'm saying, the beat and things of that nature. I also don't think this is like a music record. This is definitely more of a journey. This is not something you're going to throw on a playlist and like, oh, this is going on Vibes Volume 4. Like, that's not the type of track that this is. This was a journey. This was like something that like, yo, I need time to reflect. I need time to like look back on something. And here's my 6 minutes to get in my head. That's my takeaway from this, right? One out of 10. How would you score it? I'm going to give it, and again, this is based on beat, production, things of that nature. This is no commentary whatsoever on how somebody chooses to grieve for the people in their life. I'm going to give it like a 6.5. It's a 6.5 for me. I am not emotionally ready to take that journey. I have not dealt with loss in my life. I'm not at a place where I would be able to utilize a track like this. I probably am a long way away of either some fucking home therapy or real therapy away before I'm like able to do that. But I can see what the track is. And I can see this is something very personal, you know what I'm saying, for him. So like as a message, this would be a 10 out of 10. Obviously, we're not ever gonna critique that. This is strictly based on beat and production. You feel me? Enough. Let's keep going. Next one is Groovy Baby. Man, I gotta get myself together, dog. I asked for this, right? I said, hey, we're gonna go through a bunch of shit emotionally and stuff like that. I wish this camera was on so you guys can see it. We here with it. We here with it. Alright, Groovy Baby. Also, shout out to whoever did the vocals on that track. She over-delivered. She over-delivered, man. I don't think that the beat did her justice. I don't think that the cadences and shit like that did her justice. But I do think her voice, delivery, and the writing, the message, and everything like that was 1,000% on point and beautiful. Alright, let's move on. Alright, Groovy Baby. Yo, I hope I still got my shit together by the time we only 2 tracks into this, man. Alright, let's go. Groovy Baby. Let's hit it. Also point out right away, this is the first short song that we have. We're going from 4 minutes to 6 minutes to 2 minutes. If I had to take a guess, and the name Groovy Baby sounds like a club jaunt, doesn't sound like Heaven's Gate, where I gotta fucking wipe tears out of my fucking eyes over listening to it. If I had to guess, I would say this is probably like the single off the album. Just based on the fact that it's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds, very, very standard like commercial music song, and it's got kind of more of a fun name, you know what I'm saying? I've been wrong before, we'll find out. Like, this beat does not sound like a club jaunt, so I'm probably wrong right off the bat, but that was my assessment.
Hey, I think you groovy, baby. I think, how about you and I make a movie, baby? I think you probably really think that I'm loony, crazy. Treat the camera like a gun and you can shoot me, maybe. No, I'm not a model, but for you I'll strike a pose. Your life goals and most of your role models like your post. I propose that just before you go out iron your clothes. She might know, cause your mama might.
Alright, look, I'm not totally off. We're kind of on our sexy tip right now. I need to get my shit together, dog. My headspace is totally fucked up off that last track. I'm not gonna lie. Which, like, really is a testament in and of itself as to how powerful music is. But, like, we back to, like, the music. You know what I'm saying? I got to, like, let's focus. Let's get back. Alright, Groovy Baby. One more time. Let's go. Fuck. Did I mute it? How the fuck did I mute it? I don't even know how that happened. Alright. Third time's a charm. You know what is interesting about this? Alright, let's talk about artistic direction for a second. This is kind of dawned on me. This slow ass intro building up until the beat drops kind of gives you a buffer. It's like an excellent transition period coming off of Heaven's Gate. If you're looking at it from an album perspective, it would be borderline disrespectful to go right from Heaven's Gate to just having some in-your-face, loud, bang music that kind of like takes you out of it. You know what I'm saying? From that perspective, this having more than a 20-second build-up before we really get into the song makes a lot of sense.
Hey. I think you groovy, baby. I think, how about you and I make a movie, baby? I think you probably really think that I'm loony, crazy. Treat the camera like a gun and you can shoot me, baby. No, I'm not a model, but for you I'll strike a pose.
I don't believe him. Isn't he actually a model? I think that's the first lie he told on this. If he's not a model, pause, he should be, because that man be all over the fucking internet. I put out a tweet about this the other day. I find motivation in the videos that he been putting out to like get in shape and shit like that. Right? Like that to me, like that shit motivates me. And like that's like, yo, salute to that, dog.
Life goals and
also, if you guys follow me on Instagram, yo, shout out to Crotognostic. Crotognostic asked me a question on Instagram about a year and a half ago. It was like, for some reason, I don't know why, he was on Demon Time. He was like, what rapper do you think you could beat in a fight or something like that? And I responded back to him. I said all of them except Pretty Ugly. That's real shit. Ask Crotognostic. That happened on IG like a year and a half ago. Shout out to Crow, dog.
shoot me, maybe. No, I'm not a model, but for you I'll strike a pose. Your life goals and most of your role models like your post. I propose that just before you go out iron your clothes. She might know, cause your mama might be home. Some days are sunny and some might snow. Some days you're on fire, at times she's ice cold.
Let's go! Okay.
Sometimes it's like blows. Some bitches love dogs. Some niggas wife hoes.
Hey, yo! Hold up! No, we not glazing over that one, my guy. Hold up.
Go out iron your clothes, she might know, cause you.
But this is sexy as shit. Well, I should do this case mom's home. Like, let me make this good impression and shit like that. This is a whole sexy build up to this shit.
To your role models like the post. I propose that just before you go out iron your clothes. She might know, cause your mama might be home. Some days are sunny and some might snow. Some days you're on fire, at times she's ice cold. That's how life goes. Sometimes it's like blows. Some bitches love dogs. Some niggas wife hoes.
Yo, that's fire.
And girl, you been my type though. Blood type, we both type O's.
It's a weird flex.
The type to give our neighbors slice shows. They might loathe that we don't like clothes.
I think you groovy, baby, and I really like the way that you do me, baby. And I can't describe the way you move me, baby. When I let you know that the feeling is unusual, baby. Just I roll it, doobie, pass it to me, baby. Remember back in the days when I pursued you, baby. Every time I see you, it feels brand new to me, baby. I hope you got no last but me. Just take a chance and come dance with me.
Woo! Look, alright, I gotta talk about a couple things. There's a lot on my mind right now. Let's go. First of all, let's talk about the utility of this song. This song is pulling me out of my second track depression. Right? It just is, right? It's almost designed as like a kickstart back into the album after we just got all that off our chest. That's kind of like what it's designed for. Now, the title, Groovy Baby, I can't tell you how fucking dope that is, because if I had to use my infinite knowledge of the Oxford Dictionary to come up with a word to describe the sound of the song, groovy is a perfect fit. This is a very groovy track. It got that kind of old, maybe like 70s kind of like vibe to like the slang that we like slurring his words with it and shit like that. It feels like a timepiece. This is fire, and it's sexy. It's got that kind of like put this on while you laid up with your boo type shit, right? Like you could be like walking fingers down her fucking body while you listening to this type shit. Like, let's go. actually mad this is so short, dog. I think this was literally just supposed to be like a quick reset back into the album. Just like an emotional pull you out. Let me just get this off real quick. Bring everybody back to the same page type shit. Like that's what I'm talking about. Because like think about it. Like if you look at the track individually, I don't know that the very, very long silent intro plays into itself without the album, right? Same thing like the end. Like there's only like maybe like a minute worth of lyrics on the entire track in and of itself. I could have listened to this for another 6 minutes. Like I just everything he was doing with this was fucking groovy. Like I liked it. I liked it, right? I'm mad it was that short. 1 to 10. What do you guys got? What do you guys got? I would give this one at least an A5. At least an A5. You know what's stopping this from being a 10? It's too short. It's too short, and the build up outside of an album scenario. But for what it is fire. I like it a lot. I like him in that bag. That's a good zone. I give it a solid A5, dog. A5. Next one is called Win. Let's go. Anytime I see something in all capitals like that, I assume it's a commercial track. I don't know how I feel about this shit.
See, I'm cruising, but I'm moving often. See, I tell you, losing never been an option. Running my race till I'm in the coffin. So me and my mates never ever stopping. Win. Cruising, but I'm moving often. Boy, I tell you, losing.
Man, if I was on edibles right now, I think I would like this beat a lot more. This is kind of a trippy beat.
Never been an option.
And this is kind of difficult to flow off to too. Like he's taking a very interesting approach to this, and I don't hate it.
Running my race till I'm in the coffin. Now me and my mates never ever stopping. Win. I'm a butterfly up in the sky. I ain't never coming down.
That's a weird thing to say that hard, my guy. I don't know that anyone is in the history of hip hop has ever just said I'm a butterfly like that hard. Like that was a weird transition. Hold on, let's see. I like the flow though. The flow change was definitely welcome. Let's go.
Coffin. Now me and my mates never ever stopping. Win. I'm a butterfly up in the sky. I ain't never coming down. Castle for my crown. I'ma need a statue on my town. If a nigga wanna beef, I'ma need a fast food that cow.
Let's go.
Schooling you little niggas, I'ma need a classroom, yo child. Got a good bro, so when I'm down, it tattoos my smile. Ayy, cash rules, give me pounds. I'ma need a bag full of my account. I need S2s.
Okay, he's in his bag on this.
So I'ma need a bad music my loud. How a bad moves during rounds got me doing dance moves on the couch. Got me doing dance moves on the couch. Mama did the sad news for your spouse. You stuck in the house, she out and about. She doing what rats do in the south. You do what a cat do when a pounds you pussies you cast loose to a mouse. Dripping like a bathroom in a house. Now she got a black dude in her mouth. Get my sins.
With the win! With the win!
These guys twins. www. I'm just trying to win. I ain't taking no.
Bring that back. Nah, we not glazing over that one either. Let's go.
Full of my account. I need S2, so I'ma need a bad music my loud. How a bad moves during rounds got me doing dance moves on the couch. Got me doing dance moves on the couch. Mama did the sad news for your spouse. You stuck in the house, she out and about. She doing what rats do in the south. You do what a cat do when a pounds you pussies you cast loose to a mouse. Dripping like a bathroom in a house. Now she got a black dude in her mouth. Lord forget my.
Look, it's gonna look real weird when I sing that, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
My sins. On my V's got twins. www. I'm just trying to win. I ain't taking no L's. Can't you tell I only one wins? Tatted all on my skin, over my fin. Water I swim. See, I'm cruising, but I'm moving often. See, I tell you, losing never been an option.
Alright. The hook was awkward on the intro. Like the bridge coming into the verse. The verse, fire, and kind of swagged out. I'm not gonna lie, right? The transition from the verse back into the hook, it feels good now, right? Like he's established the pocket and the tone and everything like that leading up to this point. The hook here feels a lot more natural than it did on the intro.
Running my race till I'm in the coffin. So me and my mates never ever stopping. Win. Cruising but I'm moving often. Boy, I tell you, losing never been an option. Running my race.
GSGang poll in the comments. How do you feel about beats that have words that are put into them like that, right? Like if you go to like Joel Ortiz famously had that track, that Brooklyn jump, right? Where the track is just, Brooklyn, just like over and over again on it. And then you got like, or like a Millie, right? Like the Millie beat constantly has like words that like put into it, shit like that. What are your personal preference when it comes to like a beat like this where like the wind is almost like put into the fucking beat and shit like that? Let me know what you guys think.
Till I'm in the coffin. Now me and my mates never ever stopping. Win.
Walk in the club with my niggas, they look like my bodyguards. On my brothers, nigga, you sorta hard. I'm the hardest. You can have all the bars. I'm an artist. Talk of that shit, get some cuss on your shit. Ballin', I'm jogging, I hang on the real. Praying and wake up tomorrow and sin. Swimming, I feel like I'm growing a fin. Anybody that want it can get it. If I'm not caught in a video, making a song about caught in a video, talking to Priddy about caught in a fitty. I keep going, go see a lot of confetti. Get it, I'm giddy. Just
Alright, so here's the interesting thing, right? There's no way they both just so happen to come up with thin bars. It's statistically improbable, right? What that tells me is this was not a, yo, mail your verse in, just spit whatever you want and put on it. Like, this feels curated. This feels like, yo, here's the theme. This is the imagery that we're going for. These are the motifs that we're going to use while we're writing this, right? This feels suspiciously layered, right? I feel like it's supposed to sound like more of like a fun, kind of like ha-ha swagged out track. There's probably a much deeper layer meaning here, especially with like, you got the water drops on the first one. We're 4 tracks into it now, and now we're talking about swimming, both of them talking about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's probably a motif here to take your time on and really like get the full message. Probably on your second listen through of the album, you feel me?
came from the chemists, came from the farmers. They tryna hold back the rest, I want all of it. Back in the days for the cloud, I did all of it. Then niggas trash and your sound an anomaly. This boy the crib paid a big old deposit, yeah. It's just a walk and sleep on the product, yeah. Used to roll me and BJ talking Molly, yeah. Like it's some yam on the camera, and I'm proud of you. Working so hard, it feel like there's a lot of you. Working so hard, it feel like there's a lot of you. Working so hard.
See, I'm cruising, but I'm moving often. See, I tell you, losing never been an option. Running my race till I'm in the coffin. So me and my mates never ever stopping. Win. Cruising, but I'm moving often. Boy, I tell you, losing never been an option. Running my race till I'm in the coffin. Now me and my mates never ever stopping.
Alright, so here's my take on this part right now. This is kind of like the opposite of Groovy. If this track ended right now, it's totally good. Like this right here, 3:37 for this track, this feels like a very good natural conclusion to this track. It does run the risk at another minute and a half to it of now dragging on too long, especially with the uniqueness of the beat. We're going to withhold judgment, obviously we're about to listen to it, but that's what my thought process is with this. Let me know if you guys feel me. Like if this ended like right now, like would you feel like you're missing out on anything? Maybe. Like, I mean, this verse is fucking insane, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, listening to it as a reaction, first time, no understanding what's happening, this point right here feels like a very natural conclusion.
Walking my shoes designer, chill on the boat recliner. Got a new bitch, she fucking with me. She said that I feel like Nirvana. She will fuck me just to sign her. My bitches don't go to Cubana. I was fucking on the dock. She say she could sing, she thinks she Chicana. Running the business, you probably be taking a loss. Shout out them niggas we lost. It was a part of the cost. I'm paying the price. You see, I'm a boss. My daughter living hella nice. I'm giving her bottles filled up with Voss. This the life that I promise, keeping it up.
Yeah, though you do put like dumb little like shit like in my head, like yo, we get on and shit like that. I'm only drinking Fiji, dog. Like don't even hand me the Aquafina. I see you with a Dasani, I'ma smack the taste out your mouth. We do attribute dumb shit like that, like just 'cause I'm drinking like a Voss water, like I'm flashy and shit. That's funny. It's such a it's such a small detail that like you would never think to get that much value out of, but like it really does add that layer to it.
Niggas we lost. It was a part of the cost. I'm paying the price. You see, I'm a boss. My daughter living hella nice. I'm giving her bottles filled up with Voss. This the life that I promise. Keeping it honest. That's on the cross. I was broke last week. Next week I was calling my dog about cutting the check. Niggas talking online. Don't pay me no mind. Real life they pay me respect. Niggas pay for my time. I done been on my grind. Yeah, nigga, that's on my set. I was plotting on hitting this dime. She was on my line like ready to get set. That speed wildin', give me a break.
Alright, I was wrong. First of all, this is absolutely fire and definitely adding to the song. This collaboration is insane.
Wine and dine, I'm getting the steak. Dropping it down, I'm ready to pay. Gotta get by at the end of the day. I'll speed wildin', give them a check. Niggas ain't solid, niggas be fake. Put it on
Nasty!
Niggas gon' pay. I'm gon' win, don't care what you say. See, I'm cruising, but I'm moving often.
Fire, dog.
Win,
See, I tell you, losing
Wow.
never been an option.
win,
Running my race till I'm in the coffin.
win.
So me and my mates never ever stopping. Win, cruising, but I'm moving often.
Win,
Boy, I tell
fire.
you, losing never been an option.
win,
Running my race till I'm in the coffin.
win.
Now me and my mates never ever stopping. Win.
That was a fun ass track, dog. That was fun as shit. Let's go. Like, I'm here for it. That's love. That's love. He came through, man. What do you score out of 10? 1 to 10, 1 to 10. I mean, obviously, you know what I'm saying, you now have two different fan bases that are going to become, this is going to be a fan favorite because of that. But even if you take the standhood out of it and everything like that, like, just, what's just a fun track? What's just a dope track, dog? I'm going to give it a 9. I'm giving it a 9. Awkward beat in the beginning aside, I'd have fun that whole time. That was a fire track, Doug. That was a really fire track. Alright, 1632. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got 3 tracks left. I feel like I've been talking a lot on this one, man.
I remember it was hard in the pits for my dogs. Made it out with scars as a kiss from the guards. Gold drip on my wrist, look like piss on my arm. My pinky ring, bling, make you ring your alarm. Know some scammers with the cards who think sin is a fraud. If you
This is the first one that sounds like more of a traditional flow and shit like that. This don't sound experimental. This don't sound artistic. This just sound like, yo, let me come in and get my fucking bars off. And the beat is fire too.
and they pimpin' your broad. Money make them spin like the rims on a car. For the money kill your kin, leave your skin in the tar. You not rich if
We're gonna get away from like spin like rims on a car. Like, we got like some super amateur similes and shit like that are in there. But like the actual sound of the track sounds dope.
over tips at a bar. You rich if your kids got a farm. A bitch nigga chin needs a fist, not a palm. When you
He said you're rich when your kids own a farm?
fraud. If you let them in and they pimpin' your broad. Money make them spin like the rims on a car. For the money kill your kin, leave your skin in the tar. You not
Right.
rich if you trip over tips at a bar. You rich if your kids got a farm. A bitch
That's merch. That's a mercer. You're not rich if you trip over tips at the bar. You're rich if your kids got a farm. Dog, that's fire. Let's go.
Bitch nigga chin needs a fist, not a palm. When you niggas rip, you not missed where you from. And when you dead and gone, they might sing you a song. Think your mama wrong, she can't bring you along. Now she missing your charm. Calm while you trimming her lawn at Avalon, and she picking your plants. Majida bago ivory can strip a car quick.
That was like a that's what she said moment right there. That was fire, dog. I like this. This album is impressive. This is definitely, I said like this is definitely at least as good as Soil was. Like I like this new trajectory. I like the narrative that we're pushing right now for Pretty Ugly. I think he's saying something, right? I think a lot of the naysayers are gonna have to buckle up at some point, because this is some fire shit he's putting out right now.
Now she missing your charm. Calm while you trimming her lawn at Avalon, and she picking your plants. Majida bago ivory can strip a car quick. His girl works at XO, the strippers are thick. I went with my chick and she was all on my stick. In my ear said she wished that she could swallow my kids. Never sleep with a girl you wouldn't bother life with. A couple bones from my father gave my daughter my ribs. Pause, niggas really hard, but they ain't hard as my click. Spliffing with Zucci, so part of my piff. I'm a Kosi or a pirate. I'm a Josie or not silent. In the land of the violence. In the sand we get diamonds. And every man is an island. Majida Godiga, see they die every day. Okapi.
That was sick, dog. Let's go. Yo, I like their chemistry, dog.
To the body, you die when you lay. Mommy selling bodies, survive on the pay. But the mama got no money, she cry every day. Majida Godiga, see they die every day. Okapi to the body, you die when you lay. Mommy selling bodies, survive on the pay. But her mama got no money, she cry every day. Hey, hey, 1632, 1632, 1630, 30, 32, 1632, 1632, 1632,
1630, 30, 32, 1632, 1632.
Mandisa, from Mashemung in Tembisa. Worked at the Mama Saloon in Mambisa. Ubila, Wavisa, Chitas Babriga Havita, Bamubita, Hababona Ajiga. Usiwine a stripper, do anything for the clipper. Only if you tipped her, sister. Never been a steeper, could've been a cook, lost her life to the cheaper. By a landslide, storm turn my soil into mud. Boiling the spud, turn my oil into blood. My cousin went to jail just for foiling these drugs. Poison these guts, now it's spoiling the love. But gov, thugs be avoiding the hugs. They tryna fill that void and they judged. Slugs and
Look, alright, look, they're cooking on this, but like I gotta point out one thing, right? Sonically, this shit feel hip hop as fuck, dog. You can break down the lyrics all you want, you break down the beat all you want, cadences, whatever you want to say. But you put it all together, what they're delivering here, this don't feel like rap, this feel like hip hop. Like there's, you know what I'm saying? Like if you know type shit, but like nah, I like this one. This is nasty, dog.
turn my voice to a flood. Now you moist in the mud. Majida Godiga, see they die every day. Okapi to the body, you die when you lay. Mommy selling bodies, survive on the pay. But the mama got no money, she cry every day. Majida Godiga, see they die every day. Okapi to the body, you die when you lay. Mommy selling bodies, survive on the pay. But her mama got no money, she cry every day. Ay, ay, 1632. 1632, 1630, 30, 32, 1632, 1632, 1632,
1630, 30, 32, 1632, 1632.
I'm talking about the hood, Charlie. And I'll tell you who's from the hood and who's not from the hood. I'm also from the God. Have you ever been to America? Oh no, I'm not going to America. Okay, then you don't know it. Have you ever been to a Tembisa? No. So you don't know what is the hood like? I'm here now. That young man, you fucking guys, must be there. I want to take you to my hood. You must see. Go to the hood. So I see guys. Go to the hood. I want to take you to some job. I'm a hood nigga. Nothing to make guys. I'm a hood nigga. I'm also from the hoodest niggas you ever meet.
See, let's talk about that for a second, right? Because I've thought about this. Because I plan on traveling to SA probably in the near future, right? I'm from Philly. Not only am I from Philly, but I'm from what a lot of people consider the worst part of Philly. It's called Kensington, right? It's considered the Badlands. It's such a weird sentiment, this whole like, yo, where I'm from, like you don't know what the hood's like where I'm from, like I can go through your like sure, let's go there right now. Like I feel like anybody that's from the hood is not gonna have that mentality. Like I'm from the hood, so I know what it's like there. You know what I'm saying? Like I know not to go into those situations with that kind of bravado, that kind of attitude. It don't take somebody tough to take your life. It don't take somebody connected to take your life. It just takes space and opportunity. Humans are very fragile. Humans are extremely fragile. And in the socio-economic times that are 2022, there's more than enough reason for somebody who has not to attack somebody that has. It's unfortunate. It's disgusting. I'm not justifying it. I'm saying that mentality, that whole like, yo, like I'm good in any hood type shit, it's like, it's not the right mentality to have about it, right? I get that we get on our tough guy shit, like I get that. I get pride, I get bravado and stuff like that, but I feel like I'm getting older and like where I'm at right now, whereas like at 18, that probably would have been my response. You know what I'm saying? At 18, that probably would, like, let's go. Like, you see where I'm from? Like, the worst part of your place is going to be an improvement. But, like, it don't take being in the worst place for things to go wrong. Like, you got to get that mentality out of there. That being said, what do y'all think about this track? So far, if we're talking musically, if we're talking about songs that I'm going to take out of one listen and I'm going to put it onto a playlist to revisit, this is my favorite track off of the album so far. This is the one for me that has the most replayability without having a specific circumstance around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Heaven's Gate John, I told you, is like self-reflection, you know what I'm saying? And like, give me some time to get into my head. You know what I'm saying? The Groovy Baby one, definitely more sexy. I'm probably not listening to that by myself. Probably want to have a partner with me, you know what I'm saying? Be doing some sexy shit. The Win one sound like one for the whip. You could have a whole bunch of people in the whip driving around. Like, this is the one for me that's going on the headphones, into the playlist, that has the replayability, has just the sonics, the sound, the feel of fucking hip-hop. Like, this is my favorite track so far. For me, this one's a 10. I love the shit out of this track. This was dope as shit. This is a 10 for me. 10 out of 10. Easy. Easy, not even second thought. Alright, The Neighborhood. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Two more. We almost done. Bear with me, bear with me. Alright, so we're bringing back the guitars on the intro. I don't think they've done that since 30 Minutes to Soweto. So look for some type of connection with that. And The Neighborhood, maybe there's some type of connection with the name even.
Your heart comes alive.
There's not enough good role models in my neighborhood. My neighbors were at neighbor goods when Totis took my neighbor's goods. Shit ain't often good in the hood and let my neighbors shook. My mother went next door to make sure that my neighbor's good. As far as reading goes, the Holy Bible been her latest book. And Africa's success will be the payment for the pain she took, for all the plates she cooked. Now for her I gotta pay a cook, and you can spend years counting weeks and the days it took. The police correct about the crime, but mistake the crooks. And I walked out the hoods, the most hood couldn't place a foot. But take a look, cause independent push is the major hook. A fan told me in the mood will probably be my greatest hook.
So like, this is the second beat that we got where they're doing this weird kind of like stutter step between the beat and the flow he's choosing to do. And to me, it just comes off awkward. It's the second time that we're doing it now, so I feel like maybe it's a different type of flow that he's experimenting with. Sonically, for me, I'm not vibing with it. I'll be honest with you.
I found it hilarious. My demons are my friends, but my secrets are the scariest. Mars found Venus where he buried it. We wouldn't know what Jesus if we didn't know who Mary is.
I said I got some shit I need to settle. I deal with the devil. It's weighing on my mind, it's weighing on my soul. He's trying to keep me low, but I gotta keep going, gotta keep going, gotta keep going. Yes, I gotta keep going, gotta keep going, gotta keep going. My flow is cold as ISIS. Fucking know I'm the nicest. Don't promote all that hype shit. I'm on my shit, that whole night shit. I might just why?
Yeah!
There's not enough.
I may not like the beat, but that was nasty. That was nasty. That was fun to listen to. Bring that fuck back again. I like that. I can see myself just this whole part. I can see myself this whole part just drunk karaoke and the shit out of this.
He's trying to keep me low, but I gotta keep going, gotta keep going, gotta keep going. Yes, I gotta keep going, gotta keep going, gotta keep going. My flow is cold as ISIS. Fucking know I'm the nicest. Don't promote all that hype shit. I'm on my shit, that whole night shit. I might just.
This whole entire thing sounds offbeat.
There's not enough good
good. Role models in the neighborhoods. Played the crooks, then we played the corner. It was paid in full. Racial ghoul, leagues within these shadows. Niggas slave for goods, flagrant hoods. Remorse cause we survived, so we might stay for good. The status quo.
Yeah, I don't like the delivery on this. It's actually hard to listen to for me.
Paupers and peasants, I call it status quo. Parenthesis, we was never monkeys. We descend from wars, ascend and soar. Find me in the ether if you seek the source. Por favor, the seers of God, we seek for more. No decorum, death over dishonor, dying for the core. So couture, dripping in designer. All my fists velour. Por favor, more cavelas, hit the store. Italiana, no scotani, this is more. Steady breathe. Italiana, no scotani, this is more. One more time. Italiana, no scotani.
I said I got some shit I need to settle. I deal with the devil. It's weighing on my mind, it's weighing on my soul. He's trying to keep me low, but I gotta keep going, gotta keep going. Yes, I gotta keep.
I would keep this same concept at this part, and I would use these assets on a different track, in my opinion.
Gotta keep going, you gotta keep going. My flow is cold as ISIS. Fuck you know I'm the nicest. Don't promote all that hype shit. I'm on my shit.
Like the vocals here are so good, and the fucking stutter step on the beat just, it sounds so shitty to me. Like I don't like it.
Whole night shit, I might just why?
And then they do that, and it sounds so good. Like least favorite track on the album by a long shot. Do your scores. 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. What do you got? Look, if 5 out of 10 is like an average song, I didn't like it, so it's below average. I give it like a 3.5. It's like a 3.5 for me. And it's almost entirely because of the beat and just the production of it in general. I feel like there was a lot of missteps because like I said, some of the assets were dope. Like those vocal runs and shit like that sound really, really good. Like there's definitely some positive takeaways here. Obviously, you know, his pen game is where it needs to be. You can definitely take some bars out of it, shit like that. But like musically, sonically, just super irritating to me. I'm really curious to hear from somebody too, like if you enjoy that, like if that's somebody's favorite track off of the album, like I want you to tell me like why, like what is it that you like about it and shit like that. Everything's not going to be for everybody, you know what I'm saying? I am very interested to hear from somebody who enjoyed that. Basoso, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, let's go.
It's a 2.7 liter. Tryna make the meter, let my jita for my grizzle. Lebo mama sita ba, prega hake chiga. Kata like a spinanga restaurant and almami. MIE 30, it's a 2.7 liter. Tryna make the meter with my cheetahs for my grizzle. Lebo mama sita ba, prega hake chiga. Kata like a spinanga restaurant and almami.
I was expecting a big beat drop, I'm not gonna lie.
Priddy, ugly, Bessie, Pila, Gabi, sing a piggy, sunny streets of Gali. If you kindergarten, Bazo, keep it dummy. Gali, let me love me. You find me nails and bitches on me, got a mommy. But women want me, kid, the city love me. Gasle Bale, I said, Khali, they were really funny. I get honey, on all the quality, Mara, R20. Just my banana, sana plane. Just my banana, Zama Spani. Tanki, just so na imali. Tanki, Kolombo. Tanki, potso ke eng ke kusheshe kaya number tell ke go check 325, you know the rest. Let me send a text, yes, bana bala ka di rev. I'm MIE 30, it's a 2.7 liter.
I have no idea what is going on right now. Is this about cars, maybe? Like, is this a car song? I don't know. Is this a bitch's song? My takeaway sonically from this is I'm probably not the target audience, right? This sounds like this might be more towards like, I don't want to say club, but like definitely like groove music, you know what I'm saying? Like I can definitely see this playing more geared towards like the female audience or something like that. So you know what I mean? This sounds like something you could like move your hips to a little bit. This doesn't really sound like a pure hip hop head type shit. It sounds more like the commercial track of the genre. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the one that's supposed to have the larger mass appeal, not the niched out hip hop head genre.
Tryna make the meter le machita for my crazer. Le bomba masita ba, brega hake chiga. Kata like it's been anka restaurant and almamin. MIE 30, it's a 2.7 liter. Tryna make the meter.
Yeah, like the little things that I can pick up from it, I feel like they're talking about cars. I'm not a car guy, so a lot of that stuff's gonna miss. I'm just not the audience for this one, I think. Right? This is like when you pick up a track, it's about sports, and I don't know shit about sports, so I just kind of like, yeah, it's some 2.7 liter, that's fire.
With my cheetahs for my crazer. Lebo mama sita ba, brega hake chiga. Kata like it's been anka restaurant and almamin. Pototo, pototo, pototo. Pototo, pototo, pototo. Pototo, pototo, pototo. And my pototo, pototo, pototo. Pototo, pototo, pototo.
I do have to say this, right? I think this is a horrible way to end the album. You had a very emotionally impactful project. None of them sound like this. None of the albums sound like this. It's a really weird decision, in my opinion, to have us, if we're going to walk away at the end of an album with a thought in our head that we're ending with Basoso instead of Heaven's Gate. I would have put Heaven's Gate as the last song. Heaven's Gate is the last song. Gives us the silence afterwards to sit back and reflect and kind of end with that internalized trauma, like, you know what I'm saying, like the more serious tip. This, I mean, again, I don't know what they're saying, so this could be a serious song. I don't think it is, based on what, you know what I'm saying, like what parts I'm able to pick up from it. And I do feel like this is taken away from the depth that the rest of the album provided. Do you have to have the single on there? Like, is it on there because you have to have that one for marketing purposes to push it? Maybe. I've never gone play, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm probably not the one to talk on that portion of it. But like, I do think from an artistic standpoint, if we're looking at Soil to Mud, the story that he's trying to tell, I don't think this is added to the story. If we're looking at Soil to Mud and the chip on the shoulder thing we talked about, right? That like people saying, yo, can Priddy ugly rap, blah, blah, blah. I don't think this is contributing to that conversation one way or another. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think about that, especially if you understand what's going on in the song. You understand, this is a bold statement for someone who doesn't understand 75% of what the song is about or going on. But I don't think my assessment is wrong. I've been doing this a long time, over 1,000 reactions on the channel. Like, that's my takeaway on this. Let me know what your thoughts are. GSGang.
Pototo, pototo, pototo. Pototo, pototo, pototo. And my pototo, pototo, pototo. Pototo, pototo, pototo. Pototo, pototo, pototo. Pototo, pototo, pototo. And my pototo, pototo, pototo.
Pantila lasegasi ungibona ungibhekile wangisukela uzosithola ushayekile ungeza bathi phosatha ngilithengile ngizula ngale gasi uzongithola ngiplomile emajiteni ngeke usithola ubhorekile yonke imoto engidrivayo eyami ziwu-6 masihlangela ngeke ungithole bathi ngibone.
I don't know what she's saying, but she keeps saying it. I'll be real.
Kodwa mangidrive potato ngighost yasegas. Potato. Ay, cherry yasegas ngikwazi ukushaya neflate.
I'm MIE 30.
That was terrible. Who put this just random failed whistle in there?
The 2.7 liter, tryna make the meter, let my jita for my cruiser. Lebo mama sita ba, brega hake chiga. Kata like spinanga restaurant mami. MIE 30, it's a 2.7 liter. Tryna make the meter with my cheetahs for my cruiser. Lebo mama sita ba, brega hake chiga. Kata like spinanga restaurant mami. Pototo, pototo, pototo. Pototo, pototo, pototo. Pototo, pototo, pototo.
Maybe this is tied in with the artwork. Let's look at this from a different perspective of the things that we're able to critique and talk about, right? So he's talking about spinning it, blah blah blah. Look at the artwork. The artwork does have the car there, and it does have what appears to be like a donut burnout that's like in the sand right there, so or the mud. This could be playing into that imagery. Also, depending on what's being said, there could be tie-ins to the other tracks that we're just not able to pick up on. You know what I mean? Either way, I don't think anyone's going to be surprised that this one wasn't necessarily for me. Could have faded it, especially with it being the last track. That just kind of adds to my irritation with that. It's really hard to judge because, again, with how much we don't know about it, I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna rate it right in the middle. Like, I do think it's way more of an easy listen than The Neighborhood was. Like, this is probably a good song for the people who enjoy it. Whereas with The Neighborhood, I felt like just the music theory in general was off. Like, this was an easy listen to. This didn't make my face cringe or anything like that, with the exception of the whistle part. But I give it a solid 5. Let's pull up the calculator. We done with it. Let me know what you guys thought. Did you guys enjoy it? What was your scores looking like? Talk to me. All right, let's go. We got 10. Beautiful. Plus 6.5. Plus 8.5. Plus 9. Plus 10. Which would be interesting because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we ended it right there, would have got a 44 out of 50. Like, that's a heavy ass score right there. With that being said, the last 2 tracks for me super threw it off. So if we're not going out of 50, we're going out of the full 70. This is where your percentage is going to die down for me. And 52.5 out of 70. That's my score. 52.5 out of 70. That's my score. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys had a favorite track off of this, let me know what your favorite track was. This was super fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As always, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all on the next one. Let's go. What was that? 1632? That was my favorite job. I'm listening to that job again. I'm about to put that shit on now.